Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something straight up. Men, they test women. And when I say test, I don't mean some little pop quiz. I mean they're watching, they're observing, and they're trying to figure out if you're the real deal. Now, some of you ladies might be thinking, Steve, why would a man do that? Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not because he's playing games. It's because he wants to know if you're worth his time, his energy, and his heart. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something real quick. Confidence and self-respect, that right there is one of the first things a man is going to test you on. And I'm not talking about just walking into a room looking cute. No, I'm talking about the way you carry yourself when life gets messy, when things don't go the way you plan, when the world throws obstacles in your path. That's when your true value shines. Now, ladies, I need you to understand this. Men notice these things more than you think. And it's not about being perfect. It's about showing that you know your worth no matter what's happening around you. See, confidence isn't about being loud or drawing attention to yourself in every situation. Real confidence is quiet. It's calm. It's powerful. It's the kind of energy that says, I know who I am, and I'm not going to settle for anything less than I deserve. And self-respect, well, that's the foundation of it all. When a man tests you, he's watching for those moments when he knows he can push a little, see how you respond. He wants to know if you're going to crumble, if you're going to beg for approval, or if you're going to stand firm. Look him straight in the eye and show him that your value isn't determined by anyone else but you. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're out on a date, and maybe he's running late. Some women will panic. Some women will start texting him, calling him, sending little messages that make them look needy. But a high-value woman, she sits there, keeps her cool, maybe orders a drink, smiles to herself, and lets life flow. Because she knows this, her worth isn't tied to a man's punctuality, that confidence, that quiet strength. That's what he's testing. He wants to see if you can handle moments like this without losing your composure. And when you do, he's thinking, wow, she's got her own life. She's strong. She's not going to fall apart over a little inconvenience. That's the energy that makes a man want to stick around. Now, ladies, I don't want you to confuse confidence with arrogance. Arrogance is loud. It's flashy. It's all about showing off. Confidence is secure. Confidence doesn't need to brag. Confidence doesn't need validation. A confident woman knows she's valuable even if nobody else sees it at that moment. And when a man tests that, he's looking for your ability to maintain your dignity under pressure. He's looking for a woman who won't lower herself just to make him happy or to gain approval. And let me tell you something. When you show that kind of self-respect, a man will respect you 10 times over. Think about it. Men are wired to notice subtle things. The way you hold yourself when someone interrupts you. The way you respond when someone challenges your opinion. The way you react when plans change unexpectedly. These are all small tests of your confidence and self-respect. They're not trying to trick you. They're trying to figure out if you're going to be a partner who can walk with them through life, not a passenger who crumbles at the first bump in the road. When you pass these tests, you're showing him that you're strong, capable, and unshakable. And let me tell you, that's magnetic. And it's not just about moments of inconvenience. It's about life in general. When he watches how you handle challenges, stress, or even criticism, he's observing your level of confidence and self-respect. Are you going to let negativity bring you down? Are you going to compromise your values to please someone else? Or are you going to stand firm and hold on to who you are? That's the test. And ladies, here's the truth. Men want a woman who's solid in her identity, someone who knows that her worth isn't tied to a man's attention or approval. You see, self-respect isn't something you can fake. You can't put on a front for a week and think a man is going to believe it for the rest of your life. Real self-respect comes from understanding your own value. It comes from knowing that you deserve to be treated well, not just sometimes, but all the time. And when a man tests you on this, he's watching to see if you're going to maintain that standard. He wants to see if you're going to tolerate disrespect, if you're going to compromise your boundaries, or you're going to show him that you won't settle for anything less than what you deserve. Ladies, confidence and self-respect are contagious. When you show it, it influences the way people treat you, especially men. Men are naturally drawn to women who have a sense of inner strength, who carry themselves with dignity, and who don't beg for validation. And let me tell you, a man who's serious about you, he's going to recognize that immediately. He's going to see your worth, and if he's worth your time, he's going to step up because he doesn't want to lose a woman who knows her value. So when a man tests you in this way, don't be upset. Don't overreact. Don't lower your standards. Smile, stay composed, and show him that you know your worth. That's the ultimate demonstration of confidence and self-respect. And believe me, ladies, when you do that consistently, men take notice. They respect you. They admire you. And if he's a good man, he'll realize that he wants to be with someone who's unshakable, someone who knows who she is, someone who doesn't settle for anything less than she deserves. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this. Confidence and self-respect aren't just qualities. They're your superpowers. When a man tests you, he's not trying to break you. He's trying to see if you know your value. And when you do, when you pass that test, you don't just impress a man. You set the standard for how you expect to be treated for the rest of your life. That's powerful. That's magnetic. And that's what every woman needs to understand. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that too many women don't understand. Men, they don't just fall in love with your looks. They don't just fall in love with your smile. They fall in love with your mindset. And one of the first things they test is your patience and your emotional intelligence. Now, before you get all upset and say, Steve, why is he testing me? I want you to listen carefully. It's not a game. It's not about tricking you or trying to control you. Men test your patience because they want to know if you're someone who can handle life when it gets messy. And let me tell you, life is messy. Relationships are messy. And a woman who can stay composed and handle herself in those moments, that woman is priceless. See, emotional intelligence is one of those things that separates the women who men truly respect from the women who end up being just another fleeting moment. Emotional intelligence is your ability to stay calm, to think before reacting, and to respond with understanding, even when things don't go your way. Men are watching this closely. He's not just testing you when he's stressed or upset. He's testing you when life throws challenges your way. Maybe he's having a bad day. Maybe he's dealing with work stress. Or maybe something comes up that delays plans you've made. That's when he's paying attention to how you handle it. Are you going to explode, yell, and make him feel worse? Or are you going to take a deep breath, maintain your composure, and show him that you can handle real-life situations with grace? That, ladies, is what he's looking for. Let me break this down for you with an example. Say you planned a dinner date, everything's set, you're excited, and then he's late. Some women start sending text after text, blowing up his phone, letting anxiety take over. But a woman with patience and emotional intelligence, she stays calm. She smiles, maybe texts something light, and continues enjoying herself. She doesn't let her mood be dictated by his timing. She understands that life happens, and how she reacts is what shows true maturity. Men notice that. They pay attention to it, and when they see it, they're impressed because they're realizing this woman isn't going to lose it over small things. She's stable. She's strong. She's someone I can trust when life gets complicated. I need you to understand something important. Emotional intelligence isn't about suppressing your feelings or pretending like everything is fine when it's not. No, it's about managing your emotions in a way that doesn't hurt yourself or the people around you. It's about expressing yourself thoughtfully, not reacting impulsively. Men are naturally drawn to women who have this skill because it's rare. Many people let their emotions control them. And when you can control your emotions, you demonstrate strength, maturity, and stability. And that, ladies, is magnetic. Think about it. Men are going to test your patience in everyday life, and they're going to watch how you react to stress. Maybe he's having a disagreement with a friend. Maybe he's frustrated about work. Maybe something in life isn't going according to plan. How do you respond? Do you escalate the situation and make it worse, or do you stay calm and offer support in a way that shows understanding? That's the test. And passing it doesn't just make him like you more, it shows him that you're a woman who can handle life, who can be a partner in real ways, not just someone to hang out with when things are easy. Here's another truth you need to know. Patience and emotional intelligence aren't just attractive, they're essential. A man wants to know that when he's at his lowest, you won't run. He wants to know that when things get tough, you won't throw your hands up and give up. He wants to see that you can navigate conflict without losing yourself, without compromising your self-respect. And when he sees that, it builds trust. It builds admiration. It builds the foundation for a relationship that can survive the storms of life. Now, I want to give you a little insight into the mind of a man. When he's testing your patience, he's not trying to break you. He's trying to see if you're someone he can rely on. He's trying to see if you can handle the ups and downs without losing yourself. And when he tests your emotional intelligence, he's looking for a partner, not a competitor. He wants someone who can think clearly, communicate effectively, and maintain her dignity no matter what's happening. That's what separates the women who men respect and pursue from the ones who just get left behind. Ladies, let me tell you something else. Patience and emotional intelligence are like a superpower in relationships. When you can stay calm under pressure, when you can manage your emotions, when you can see the bigger picture instead of reacting to every little inconvenience, you create an energy that draws the right kind of men to you. The kind of men who are serious, who are mature, who want a partner, not a drama. And let me tell you, once a man sees that in you, he won't want to let you go. He will chase you, respect you, and value you in ways that others simply won't. So remember this, ladies. When a man tests your patience and emotional intelligence, don't panic. Don't overreact. Don't take it personally. See it for what it is, a chance to show your strength, your maturity, and your value. Smile through it, stay composed, and handle every situation with grace. Because a woman who does that consistently isn't just passing tests. She's showing the world that she's unshakable. She's a queen, and she's worth every ounce of respect a man can give. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly the woman every good man is looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, let me break something down for you today that a lot of women don't fully understand. Men test women. Yes, that's true, but one of the biggest tests they put you through is checking your independence and ambition. And when I say independence, I'm not just talking about paying your own bills. I'm talking about having a life that you love, goals that excite you, dreams that drive you, and a sense of purpose that doesn't revolve around a man. That right there, that energy, that drive, that ambition is magnetic. And let me tell you something. Men notice it even when you think they're not paying attention. See, independence is powerful because it tells a man that you're not going to be needy, clingy, or desperate. You're a woman who knows how to stand on her own 2 feet. You have your own finances, your own career, your own passions. You don't rely on a man to define your happiness, to validate your worth, or to decide how your life should go. And when a man tests you in this way, he's looking for exactly that. He wants to see if you have a life outside of him. He wants to see if you have goals that inspire you to get up in the morning. And if you're someone who can keep pushing even when things get tough. That's independence. That's ambition. And trust me, ladies, that combination is irresistible to the right man. Now, let's talk about ambition for a second. Ambition isn't about showing off. It's about having something inside you that won't settle for mediocrity. It's about wanting more from life. Not necessarily more money, but more experiences, more growth, more personal development. Men test this because they want a partner who matches their energy, someone who will encourage them, someone who will grow alongside them. They're looking for a woman who's not just sitting back and waiting for life to happen, but someone who is creating her own opportunities, building her own empire, and chasing her own dreams. And when they see that, they take notice because ambition like that is rare. It's attractive. It's inspiring. Let me give you a picture of what this looks like in real life. Say a man is interested in you, and he notices that you're working late at your job, pursuing a project you're passionate about, or taking classes to better yourself. Some women might feel guilty for doing those things, thinking, maybe he wants more of my time. But ladies, don't ever apologize for ambition. A man who's worth your time wants a woman with drive. He wants someone who can manage her own life, who has priorities, who isn't going to put her dreams on hold for every little inconvenience. That's the woman who commands respect, and respect, ladies, is the foundation for a lasting relationship. Independence also shows a man that you have boundaries and self-respect. When you can take care of yourself emotionally, financially, and socially, you set a standard for how you expect to be treated. A man doesn't want someone who clings, who needs constant validation, or who loses herself to be with him. No, he wants a woman who has her own life, but can still make room for love, a woman who can share her world without losing herself in his. And when he tests your independence, he's looking to see if you can strike that balance. Can you maintain your identity while being part of a partnership? If you can, you've passed the test. And ambition isn't just about work or money. It's about growth in every area of your life. A man is going to notice if you're constantly improving yourself, learning new things, taking care of your health, expanding your skills, and striving to become the best version of yourself. That energy is contagious, and it naturally draws people, especially men who are serious about their own growth. He wants someone who will inspire him as much as he inspires her, because relationships aren't just about love. They're about building each other up, pushing each other forward, and creating a life together that's better than what either of you could do alone. Yeah, here's something else you need to understand. Independence and ambition create respect. When a man sees that you have your own goals, your own passions, and your own life, he respects you more. And respect leads to attraction. Respect leads to admiration. Respect leads to a man valuing you in ways that shallow attention never could. Women sometimes think men are only attracted to their looks, but the truth is, confidence, independence, and ambition are far more magnetic than any outfit or hairstyle. When you show that you can take care of yourself and chase your dreams, you become unforgettable. Let me tell you a truth about men. They want a partner, not a project. They don't want someone to lean on for validation or self-worth. They want someone who stands tall, has her own life, and can walk beside them without losing herself. That's why they test independence and ambition. They want to see if you're the kind of woman who can thrive on your own and also thrive together. And when you pass that test, not only do you gain his respect, you gain his admiration and his loyalty. Ladies, remember this. Independence and ambition are your power. Never apologize for them. Never downplay them. They are what make you magnetic to the right kind of man. When he tests you in this way, smile. Stay focused on your goals. Keep building your life. Keep striving for excellence. Because a woman who knows her worth, who has her own life, and who chases her dreams consistently is the kind of woman a man will never let go of. And when you combine that with confidence, patience, and emotional intelligence, you become unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this truth. Men test independence and ambition not to scare you, not to intimidate you, but to see if you're someone worth investing in. And when you pass that test, you're not just proving yourself to him, you were proving your value to the world. And that, my friends, is priceless. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that a lot of women don't understand about relationships. Men, they test you. Yes, they test you. But one of the most important things they test is your loyalty and honesty. And I need you to listen carefully, because this is where a lot of women lose the game without even realizing it. Loyalty and honesty aren't just qualities you show when it's convenient. They're the foundation of trust. And trust, my friends, is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. When a man tests your loyalty and honesty, he's not being difficult or paranoid. He's trying to see if you're the kind of woman he can build a life with. Now, let's talk about loyalty first. Loyalty isn't about following him around like a shadow or saying yes to everything he wants. No, loyalty is about standing by the people and values you care about, being reliable, and showing consistency in your words and actions. A man wants to know that he can trust you to have his back, to protect the relationship, and to act with integrity even when he's not watching. That's why he tests you. He might observe how you talk about others, how you behave when he's not around, or how you manage situations that involve trust. He's looking for patterns. He's looking for evidence that you're dependable. And ladies, when you pass that test, you're not just winning his respect, you're securing his heart. And honesty. Oh, honesty is everything. Some women think honesty is just about not lying to him directly. But true honesty goes beyond that. It's about being authentic, transparent, and consistent in all areas of your life. Men notice when a woman hides little things, avoids difficult conversations, or manipulates the truth to make herself look better. That's a red flag to him. But when you are straightforward, when you communicate clearly, when you own your mistakes, and when you tell the truth, even when it's hard, you demonstrate strength and integrity. And that, ladies, is irresistible. Men crave honesty because it tells them they're dealing with a real woman, not a performance. Let me give you a real-life example. Suppose he's asked you a question about something that matters to him. Maybe it's a financial decision, maybe it's about your past, maybe it's about your feelings. How you respond in that moment says more than any fancy words or gestures ever could. Do you dodge the question? Do you make up a story to protect yourself or to make him happy? Or do you answer honestly, calmly, and respectfully? That's the test. And let me tell you, men respect the woman who can answer honestly, even if it's uncomfortable, because that woman values integrity more than approval. Loyalty and honesty also go hand in hand. A man is testing to see if he can trust you to be consistent in your actions, not just when it's convenient, but all the time. He wants to know that if he's honest with you, you'll respond with the same level of transparency. He wants to know that if he counts on you, you'll deliver. Life will throw challenges at him, challenges at you, and the right man needs to know he can rely on you. If you waver, if you compromise your integrity, if you lie or manipulate to avoid conflict, you fail the test. But if you remain truthful and loyal, you pass with flying colors, and that sets you apart from the rest. Think about it this way. Loyalty and honesty build trust, and trust builds respect. A man who respects you is a man who will fight to keep you. He will cherish you. He will honor the relationship because he knows that you're real, consistent, and reliable. And ladies, let me be clear. Men can smell inconsistency from a mile away. They notice the small lies, the hidden truths, the moments when your actions don't match your words. That's why these tests are so critical. Passing them shows him that you're someone who can be trusted with not just his heart, but his life. Now, I want to be real with you for a second. Loyalty and honesty aren't just about what you do for him. They're about who you are. A woman who embodies these qualities doesn't have to fake them. They come naturally because she values herself and understands the importance of integrity. She doesn't cheat. She doesn't deceive. She doesn't gossip or manipulate to get ahead. She knows that her reputation, her character, and her values are worth more than any temporary gain or advantage. And that kind of woman, ladies, is a rare gem. A man who sees that knows he's found something special. And here's the thing, loyalty and honesty aren't just tested in big moments. They're tested in the little things every single day. How do you speak about your friends when he's around? How do you handle conflict? How do you react when temptation comes knocking? How do you manage money, time, and commitments? These are all tests of your character, and he's watching. The right man isn't going to let you off the hook. He's paying attention, and he's seeing if you're someone he can trust with the most important parts of his life. Ladies, let me tell you something. Loyalty and honesty are like a magnet. When you embody them consistently, you attract men who are serious, men who are dependable, men who are looking for a partner, not just a temporary fling. You're setting a standard, and the right man will rise to meet it. But if you fail the test, if you compromise your integrity even once, you may find that the right man walks away because he knows that trust once broken is hard to rebuild. So when a man tests your loyalty and honesty, don't take it personally. Don't get defensive. Don't try to game him or play along. Be authentic. Be truthful. Be consistent. Show him through your actions every day that you are a woman of integrity, because a woman who passes this test doesn't just win a man's attention, she wins his respect, his admiration, and his commitment. And let me tell you, respect and trust are far more powerful than any words or promises ever could be. Ladies and gentlemen, loyalty and honesty are not just qualities, they are your power. When a man tests you in this way, see it as an opportunity to shine, to show your true value, and to prove that you're the kind of woman worth every ounce of effort a man can give. And that, my friends, is how you become unforgettable, irreplaceable, and truly magnetic.